Wizzard in the flesh will now define the roadmap in step 0. From the viewpoint of the light side, in terms the dark side can understand. Over the ages, roads have taken on many forms as well as many descriptions from the viewpoint of that time and age, as well as the travelers who traveled those roads. So to make sure we are all talking about the same road at the same time, we must make a road map so we know where we are at, and we know where we have been, and we know where we are going. The road the Light Wizzard will take you on is called the Road to Enlightenment. And light is the key word, for in this universe known as my universe, where my is just me and I, where me is the meat, what you call flesh, and I'm the light, and the light is Trinary energy, which is the greatest power in this universe. And the universe is the one I currently live in. So this roadmap takes you into the light. The Light Wizzard in the flesh is a story about I am, where I is the Light Wizzard and the flesh is meat, or me for short. So this is his story about the universe, read from his DNA and translated from the point of view of the light side in terms the dark side will understand. To understand this series, you must first understand that each step has 13 series, and they are all running in 3D parallel, meaning that the roadmap looks like a pyramid. There are 13 blocks at its base and 13 levels to the top, which is 91 steps per side, and there are 3 different sides. Gray separates the light from the dark and is numbered without a sign. Light is numbered in positive numbers, and dark is numbered in negative numbers, such that 0-1 I am is in the gray, a positive 0-1 I am is in the light, and a negative 0-1 I am is in the dark. So it's in 3D. Yet each series runs in parallel with other series, such that the series I am runs as a standalone series. So if you view other series in that step, it may sound like I'm repeating myself, but each series is from a different point of view. Where I am is from the viewpoint of I am, and the universe is from its own viewpoint. The information differs from the perspective of that viewpoint, so I have to reword some things in the steps so you do not get lost on this roadmap. If you do the math, there are 91 steps on each side of the pyramid and 3 sides. So that is 3 times 91 equals 273. Plus 3 step zeros makes it 276 steps. And with 13 series in each, you get 276 times 13, which equals 3,588 episodes. And each 42-minute long episode takes about 750 gigabytes of hard drive space. So it will take 2.6 petabytes of hard drive space to complete it. And if it takes a week to do each one, I can make 52 a year. So it will take me 69 years to complete it. And that will make me over 120 years old. So I will have to find a way to make them faster, or you will have to wait for me to resurrect again. But the universe is a pretty big place to try to explain. And what will really make you wonder is how I know his story. Where did I read it? Who told me this? And my all-time favorite, you're crazy. So to that end is where we begin this road trip. Up this pyramid we climb. So let the countdown begin. Roadmap is a series, and just like all the rest of the Light Wizzard series, you will learn about the light. And it's told from the viewpoint of a sheepdog, talking to you sheep in his flock. And most people will not know where to start. Step 0-5 is a good place to start. It is here before we step into this side of the pyramid that we must learn this step before moving on. Then you go to step 1. Then you move one step back into the dark. Then one step into the light. And all the series run as a separate series. So 0-5 is a series. It's read Step 0, Series 5. And 1-5 is the next step. Then -1-5. Then +1-5. And it will become clear once I start filling them in that they are not recorded in any order whatsoever. Other than I do not skip a step in any series. But I will finish the gray side first, then the dark side, then the light side. Then it's time for me to ascend again, so I can do this all over again. The reason you will want to watch this entire series is so you will know that once I lay the whole universe of the Light Wizzard out to you, you will understand that it is the only way the universe can work, and it will be scientifically proven, which will only blow the minds of the dark side, since they do not see the light. And most people will think they are in the light, when in fact they are in the dark. But that is in another series, which is why it's in parallel, but will not be apparent until you view it as 3D. So really, you have to start looking at this series as 3D parallel. Then it will make sense. It does not make any difference which series you watch first, but this is the only series that I will tell you this, so it's a good series to watch. And I will not give out any information about another series in this step till the next step. Then I will start to piece the puzzle together. Since each step is only a piece in a very large puzzle, it's important to keep in mind where we are at on the game board, which is the pyramid. It can be a computer-generated one, a printout, or an actual 3D game board. Each player has 13 wizards, which act as placeholders, so you know where you are in each series. Then you play the game. After each step, you apply this to what you know, then figure out how much this information changes your life, and write it down on a notepad. Something like
01. His life seems somewhat normal for these times. The doctors have kept him well medicated and immunized for every disaster. And as a child, I can remember seeing things that I knew did not exist, but was real to me. None the same, I had an imagination. So going back to my memories, I can remember the universe through that child's eyes. And I can remember things like this. The most profound thing I learned was that I am.
Now you can play this game with others. Ask them what they wrote, as you can also show them your notebook. A good observation starts with good notes. So to play this game, you must make notes. When I say that the game board is 3D, think of this story the same way. Each step is seen from 3 sides: light, dark, and gray. As such, they contrast each other, because what you see in the light is what I see in the light. What you see in the dark is what I see in the dark. And it's only in the gray do we really know what happened, because it's here we can see both the dark and the light, which is why we have 2 eyes. So you do not need 3D glasses to see it. It's the 3rd dimension. A light matter, dark antimatter, and gray space. The series break down like this: 0. I am is a story about I and me. It's here I talk about I, and sometimes I talk about me. 1. Emotions. It's here that we define emotions in 3D. You face your darkest fears here. 2. Universe. universe is told from the viewpoint of the sheepdog to you sheep in his flock. 3 dimensions. Here we define each dimension in 3D. 4 game. This is where we play this game. 5 road map. More connects here, because that is where we are at now. 6 rant. Part rat, part ant. It's here I get the rant off my back. 7 science. This is pure science about Trinary energy. 8 sanctuary. This is an open technology project to build a state for people who want to be in power of their lives. 9 Trinary energy. Each step we take, we go deeper into how we interact with the light. 10 his story. Each step is a story in 3D. 11 society. Looked at from the dark and light, from the gray. 12 just us. In 3D, it's a dish best served cold, for you will get no justice in the dark side. Light Wizzard is not about any one thing. It has no underlying theme. It's just a road. And this road map will plot out my journey. It starts off at my birth over a half-century earlier, being born into this life from the resurrection of a sheepdog called Dog throughout time. For this was not my first resurrection. I have ascended many times since the beginning of what you refer to as time, because I am one. Which means that I chose to remember my childhood dreams. I chose to let them take me to the places it was going to take me. In my dreams, I listened to an old man with long white hair and a beard to match, that said he was the White Wizzard. And I had to go out of my mind to get back into it. So I have to pretend to be human. When I knew I was born fully grown up mentally, and was in fact an old man, but in the body of a child, and having to live my life in reverse. Since the older I got, the more I forgot. Till now I am that old white wizard. And I know it's my destiny to take you on this journey, as I answer all the questions about the universe from the viewpoint of the Lightside. In terms the Darkside will understand. I start my journey in 0-0 I am. This is where I talk about I am me, so you will know where I came from, and you will know where I am going. It's this road and all the side roads I took on that path. And here I look at my life. All the roads I did not need to go down, but I had to in order to tell his story. It will not be clear to you what part of his story is more important than the other, but I will guarantee you that everything I am saying is the truth. And I swear it's the truth, and will prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt scientifically. So this is going to be a long and winding road into the darkness and back into the light, trying to stay in the gray and trying not to get sidetracked or lost, but I will tell it like it is, and not how some of you would want me to see it. So it's into 0-1 emotions, and we dig into the very emotions that got you in trouble to begin with, and we start to learn what the light is, but first seeing what it's not. So now the 0-2 universe is opened up, and the cat is about to jump out of the bag. Now you have to ask yourself, is this the universe I live in? So into 0-3 dimensions, so we can really get to where this power of light is coming from. And we see just how deep this rabbit hole really goes. Until we get to the 0-4 game, and we know what game this is, so we play this game. Then check out our 0-5 roadmap. So my 0-6 rants will set the pace for the 0-7 science and 0-8 sanctuary. Then 0-9 trinary energy will come into your life, and the universe will start to make sense. Then you listen to 0-10, his story, and you know you heard this before. Only this translation is just a little bit different. So now we get to 0-11, society, so we can talk about building one that works. So now you want 0-12, just us. Well, now you see where we are going. So this is our roadmap of Step 0. It's his story about how the universe really works, from the viewpoint of its science, in terms that sentient beings can understand, and is not based on any religion, spirituality, or metaphysical doctrine. As such, verifiable scientific facts is what drives this universe, and it's what drives the Light Wizzard. It's the teaching of life through trinary energy, which is how the universe really works. As such, the Light Wizzard will answer 3,588 questions about the universe, which will answer all the questions that anyone would ever ask about this universe. So once you see this universe unfold, you will know it's really the way the universe works. In fact, it could not work any other way. So write down all your questions and see if I answer them all. What you will find is that they will be answered in the order of relevance, which some questions you believe are the most relevant are in fact the least of any relevance to this universe. So this is the journey this roadmap will take you on. I am the light. I am the darkness. I am every shade of gray in between. I am the Light Wizard.